Welcome back to ZA Bikes Update, your go-to spot for the latest two-wheeled machines tearing up the tarmac and trails. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most anticipated adventure bikes of the year, the 2025 Honda Africa Twin 650. If you're looking for a midweight adventure machine with real off-road chops, proven Honda reliability, and that unmistakable Africa Twin DNA, stay tuned because this bike might just be the perfect fit. Let's start with what makes the 2025 Africa Twin 650 such a standout in an increasingly competitive middleweight ADV segment. Honda has finally answered the calls of riders worldwide by introducing a more compact, nimble, and slightly more affordable sibling to its flagship 1100 model. And from what we've seen, it's worth the hype. Under the tank lies the beating heart of the Africa Twin 650, a 649 cubic centimeters parallel twin engine, heavily based on the proven motor found in the NC 750 series but retuned for adventure use. Honda's engineers have optimized it for a broader torque curve, delivering an estimated 70 horsepower and around 65 Nm of torque. That might not sound like face-melting power on paper, but in the real world, especially off-road or on twisty mountain passes, it's more than enough to keep you smiling behind the helmet. The power delivery is smooth and linear, typical of Honda, with that predictable throttle response that makes technical trails and tight urban traffic equally manageable. What's especially impressive is the engine's tractability at low RPMs. Even when you're crawling up a rocky incline, the bike doesn't feel like it wants to stall or surge ahead. That's ideal for both beginners and experienced riders looking for better control in tough terrain. Now, let's talk about the transmission. Honda offers the Africa Twin 650 with both a 6-speed manual gearbox and, yes, once again, the optional dual-clutch transmission, or DCT. Love it or hate it, DCT is back, and it's been refined further for 2025. On this model, it actually shines. For long-distance touring or technical off-roading, the ability to focus on your line and throttle while the bike shifts seamlessly is a real advantage. That said, purists may still gravitate toward the manual version for its added control and engagement. The clutch is light, and the gearbox is slick, no complaints on that front. Let's move on to the chassis. One of the things that sets the Africa Twin 650 apart is its new lightweight steel frame. It's a cradle design adapted from the larger 1100, but with weight savings in mind. The result? A dry weight of just around 190 kilograms for the manual version, and a touch more for the DCT. That's noticeably lighter than the 1100 and puts it in striking range of the Yamaha Tenere 700 and Aprilia Touareg 660. More importantly, the center of gravity feels incredibly low, making the bike feel planted and maneuverable both at low speeds and when standing on the pegs off-road. Suspension comes courtesy of long-travel Showa forks up front, fully adjustable, with a matching Showa monoshock at the rear. Travel is generous, with approximately 210 mm front and 200 mm rear. That gives it real off-road cred and allows the 650 to soak up ruts, washboard roads, and gnarly trails without breaking a sweat. On the road, the suspension feels plush without being wallowy, which is a tough balance to strike. Kudos to Honda for getting this right. Braking is handled by dual 296mm discs up front with two piston calipers, and a single disc at the rear. The brakes are strong and progressive, with standard ABS and off-road modes that allow rear ABS to be disabled, a must-have for technical trail riding. Now, onto the design, and this is where things get exciting. Honda has managed to keep the unmistakable Africa Twin silhouette intact, even in this smaller package. The 2025 model features that signature Dakar-inspired fairing with sleek, vertically stacked LED headlights, a tall adjustable windscreen, and sharp angular lines that scream ready for adventure. The 21-inch front and 18-inch rear spoke wheels not only add to the aggressive stance but also confirm that this bike isn't just about looking the part, it's built for real-world trail performance. Riders will be happy to know that the seat height is relatively approachable at around 850 mm, with a low seat option bringing it down to around 820 mm. This is a big deal for shorter riders who've always loved the Africa Twin vibe but felt a bit intimidated by the 1100 size. The TFT display is all new for the 650 and it looks fantastic. It's a 5-inch full-color screen with Bluetooth connectivity, navigation integration, and multiple riding modes. Urban, off-road, touring, and user customizable profiles. The display is bright and easy to read, even in harsh sunlight. Honda's user interface continues to improve, and the controls are relatively intuitive after a short learning curve. In terms of rider aids, Honda hasn't gone overboard, but they've included what matters. In addition to ABS and traction control with multiple levels, there's also wheelie control and engine braking adjustment. It's not an electronics suite meant to rival high-end machines, but what's here works well and enhances the ride without overwhelming it. Storage and touring capability haven't been forgotten either. The Africa Twin 650 comes ready with rear rack mounting points and integrated pannier frames, making it easy to install luggage without aftermarket hassle. There's also a 12V power socket as standard and an optional USB-C charging port, perfect for keeping your devices powered up on long hauls. Fuel range? Pretty solid. The 18-liter tank combined with Honda's typically efficient engine should give you a real world range north of 350 kilometers, depending on how hard you twist the throttle. That's ideal for long rides through open country or remote backroads where fuel stops are few and far between. So, what's it like to actually ride? On the road, the Africa Twin 650 feels agile and confidence-inspiring. The wind protection is decent, the ergonomics are upright and relaxed, and the seat is comfortable enough for multi-hour stints. On dirt, the bike feels planted and capable. It's not a dirt bike, obviously, but for an ADV machine in this class, it feels well balanced and ready for action. Beginners will find it manageable, while experienced riders can really push it. As for pricing, this is where Honda might just win the segment. The 2025 Africa Twin 650 starts at approximately $9,899, or around our $195,000 in South Africa before extras. The DCT version adds about $800, or our $15,000 more, and the Adventure Sports trim, if released, is expected to be priced around $11,000 to $11,500. That undercuts some rivals while still delivering Honda's legendary build quality and reliability. What about competitors? The Yamaha Tenere 700, KTM 790 Adventure, and Aprilia Touareg 660 all come to mind. The Africa Twin 650 slots nicely between them in terms of performance and pricing. It doesn't quite match the power of the KTM or the electronics of the Aprilia, but it offers a balance of usability, simplicity, and comfort that many riders will appreciate, especially those who value reliability and ease of ownership. One of the unique selling update. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below if you're thinking about picking up the new Africa Twin 650. Do you prefer the manual or the DCT version? And where would your first adventure take you? We'll catch you next time with more reviews, more bikes, and more two-wheeled passion. Ride safe, and keep the adventure alive.